Welcome to season 7 of Comic Book Nation. Oh, nobody heard my first flub. Yeah, I started like literally introducing a very different, like a whole different show. I meant to say season, and I was like, fate, and I was like, oh wait, no. So welcome to season 7 of Comic Book Nation, the only show that does it all for geek culture and the official podcast of comicbook.com. I am your host, Kofi Outlaw, and if you are just joining our show for the first time, these are my co-hosts. We have geek man extraordinaire, lover of everything from fine comics to the Golden Girls. My co-host for 7 seasons, Mr. Matthew Aguilar is here.
What's up, everybody?
And our longtime third co-host, she is a streaming god, goes out there on the streams, does it all. You've seen her in several geek spaces. She jumped into this podcast just to start her geek journey with us and has come so far in now, what is it, 6 seasons, I believe?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So Janelle Wheeler is with us.
Hi. Very happy to be here.
Former American Idol contestant, former B-girl. There's a lot, but we'll let the new listeners unpack your story as we go along. And if you're just joining us now, if you're just getting into the pod now, you've joined a podcast with illustrious history. We are Comic Book Nation, and for the last 6, now going on 7 years, we've been up here bringing you all the latest in geek news. We do all things. We are a unique show in that we are a Swiss Army knife of fandom. We love all things from Marvel to DC to Star Wars to Star Trek to anime to everything in between, wrestling, comics, and we talk about it all in this show. So, like comicbook.com, we do all things geek culture. And we're happy to be here with you guys in 2025. It is 2025, but I am starting off the year realizing I'm waking up in that weird dream where you're in class, but you realize like you're completely unprepared for class.
Yes.
We didn't plan a rundown.
We
for this,
are that.
I thought Matt was doing it. I think he thought I was doing it. And we were all like, okay, we got a show. And we woke up and I'm just like, oh my God, we actually do not have a planned show. But we don't need one because we are living off the hype, baby. We are living off hype, and it is 2025, and it is once again time for our hype meter for what we are looking forward to in this year. So my plan is to pivot. We're going to start off with the 2025 hype preview, and somewhere in talking about all that, I'm going to figure out anything else we should talk about on this show. Sound good? Sounds good.
Maybe we can actually end before I have to run away or something. That'll be good.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's always possible.
It's hopeful,
you know?
hopeful
It's always
thinking.
possible. Well, I think we're gonna go in the order that Matt just kind of put things together because I assume that's the order we have the graphics in. So we're gonna start with that. Matt did a deep dive. We've set Matt into like a bunker to compile both lists of year-end things for 2024 plus the new stuff to look forward to in 2025, and he did a bang-up job. And we narrowed this list down. There's a lot coming out this year. Obviously, we don't have time to talk about all of it. So we picked like 15 to 20 things, and we are going to talk about it. Shout out to Alex Glean on YouTube. Let's wing it is the entire motto for 2025 for the entire planet Earth. That's what
our
we're
new
going on
tagline
this year. Yeah, the new tagline, Earth. Let's wing it. 2025. Here's 7 more. Yeah, 7 years is crazy. It's nuts to be here, and it's nuts to be talking to you, but it's fun to be talking about this year because there's some juicy things happening. Right at the top, Matt, you want to start with the first item on the list? I think we'll go around. We'll go maybe Matt, me, Janelle. Just looking at the list, it seems like we'll fall. Or actually, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff on here. Actually, I had an idea in the night. We'll go around. We'll let Matt run the list since he made it.
Yeah.
Then we'll go around and we'll each just quickly kind of give our hype level for that thing.
Love that.
I thought this would be an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's potential grenades. It's a lot of fun. We don't know how this is going to go. All right, Matt, you want to start with introducing the list?
Yeah, baby. So we're going to start off the right way. In July of of this year. I was going to say next year. I got to quit doing that. This year, Superman will be making his big screen return. We just did a whole episode on that trailer, and we still got people talking about it. That will set things off. I mean, obviously, we're right in the middle of Creature Commandos, so technically that era has begun already. But of course, a lot of people are looking at Superman as that big kickoff. I would imagine, since this is fresh in the mind, hype levels are pretty high. I'll start off on this one. My hype level is probably at a 9. It's probably at a 9. I'll try and not be hyperbolic so far. I'll say 9 and not 10. But I am hyped for Superman. What say you guys?
Also, my hype level is at this is probably the top hype level of the hype level meter for me, easy. But right up along with it is my anxiety level. So there's a hype level and there's an anxiety level. There is so much writing on this, so much.
Mm-hmm.
I hope somebody does a profile on James Gunn and does a lot of shots of him doing Rocky stuff in a locker room or something, because this all is on him and launching this character, getting it right, and building a whole universe off of it is, I don't think we've ever seen something so high risk. And so I'm very anxious as much as I am excited. And I can't wait to see what the reactions to this are.
Janelle?
Yeah. For me, oh man, I'm kind of with both of y'all. This is definitely up there it's probably in my top 3 most hyped releases for 2025. So I'm going to go with an 8.5 on my hype meter. And like you said, this is a make or break. So I do believe in the power of James Gunn. And I was very hypercritical on this teaser trailer that came out. So that's the only reason why it's not a 10. It's because I just don't want to be let down. So, cautiously optimistic.
I believe in crypto.
Yeah. I was disappointed with the way crypto looked. So.
Oh my God. Oh, geez, don't even start. I had a whole conversation the other day.
Bro, isn't crypto repping for your dog more so than a traditional crypto?
There's no problems with crypto.
Yeah.
I don't know where that.
I have a Basenji.
But Janelle's not alone, because
isn't that closer to this than it is to a golden retriever? Your dog can be crypto. He can feel like he's crypto,
Sure. My dog is Yondu, so
I would like my cat to be crypto. That's what I really want. Yes. So do you want me to introduce every movie, by the way?
Little pets should be able to feel like they're super dog too.
Wait, what was
that? They shouldn't have to watch Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and feel like they can't ever be that.
Oh my God. Do you want me to introduce every movie on this, by the way? Or do you want to rotate on that too?
We can rotate. We can go around.
Okay.
I'll take the next one.
Let you key up the next
Obviously, I should take the next one. It's about Black Captain America and Black History Month. Captain America: Brave New World's coming out. And what an interesting time. What an interesting time. We always get the interesting slots to do these wonderful experiments in. So 2025, Let's Wing It America. We're going to take that quite literally with Sam Wilson as Captain America, Anthony Mackie in Brave New World. I am super duper curious about this film. Marvel has kind of let me down in quality product the last few years. Even Deadpool Wolverine, which I've thoroughly enjoyed, was still not far from cinema to me. So I'm going to be kind of giving it a little bit of a tapered hype meter score just because I got to protect myself. And I'm going to say that, I'm at a solid, I would say 7.5. Let's call it 8 and be optimistic about Captain America: Brave New World. I think I've loved the marketing for this. I've loved the footage, all the footage I've seen of it. Julius Ona is the director is an unknown quantity for us. We know him from the Cloverfield Paradox, and who's was really watching that, weighing his directorial skill. So we don't know him, and so there's a chance to be surprised by his filmmaking And like I said, so far, I've loved everything I've seen from the film. The action looks great. The tension looks great. They're doing this 1970s kind of spy thriller vibe and all the marketing. It seems like they're hitting a lot of the kind of big thematic points without being heavy-handed about it. And especially the whole center of it all of the Captain America, the image of Captain America, who stands in that image, like, and all of the complicated societal politics of that. So, and we still haven't even seen the whole movie, which is rare. Like, we could still see the leader pop out and show, you know, and I can't wait to see what's his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on the actor's name. No, Tim Blake Nelson, who is a fantastic actor, who's just been sitting in the wings of the MCU since 2008. What he does as the leader and what they do with that story, and in how this film could literally change the entire course of the MCU. So, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I started off not very pumped about this, but I think it's just because of the season. I was kind of in my lovey-dovey, like squishy phase where I wanted to just love on my baby and celebrate the holidays and be with family and watch really like silly Christmas movies. Guess what? That is over. It is time to get serious. I'm just now diving into Squid Game season 2, and I am watching documentaries on aliens, and I am ready for Captain America to come back and get political. So yeah, I'm actually really pumped about this. This is also in my top 3. There's one left.
Oh.
In my top 3. So
I'm probably where I'm a little less than where Kofi is as far as on like the cautious. Like I think I'm a little more like optimistic, but I'm still cautious because I agree. Like I've been a little let down with some of the Marvel side of things over the past year, especially maybe even the past 2 years, but especially over the past year. So, but these trailers are giving me those Winter Soldier vibes. Winter Soldier is still my tops in the MCU, bar none. None even comes close. And so if you're giving me that and you come close to that and you can really deliver, the action sequences in the trailers look great. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll probably say like I'm at like at a 7. Let's say like a 7.5, but I'll go 7 just to give a hard number on the hype meter. But I'm probably at like a 9 for hope. Can we probably like I really want this to be good because I was expecting a lot of Sam's kind of journey to becoming Cap in the Disney Plus series and was supremely let down by that series. So I really want him to have like that big party and like that proper intro, and this is shaping up to be something cool. So high hopes for there, but that's where I'm sitting.
High hopes, it's all coming home. All right, what's next, Janelle? You got the next one.
Next up, this is the last of my 3 most excited releases for 2025.
Right,
so
you can bounce after this then.
Yeah, I'm just out. Just kidding. This is Thunderbolts asterisk. I honestly, when we had this in the show notes, I was like, I wonder if Matt is just like putting that little star there to possibly say like maybe we shouldn't feature it. Nope. That's still the title. For some whatever reason, I hope that this will be figured out soon. This teaser trailer came out and I was laughing. I was jumping up, just so excited about the chemistry between some of these actors. Really excited to see some of these people back on the big screen. Really actually not excited to see some of them also. But I digress. This is really something that I hope is special in the MCU. And I have faith from the teaser trailer. Honestly, that's what kind of won me over and made me go, okay, this is going to be awesome. Like, I just love all of these actors together. So yeah, that's number 1. This is my number 1 most excited release. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, as the comments are pointing out, all in the game, one of our wonderful regular fans on YouTube points out that Jake Schreier, the person doing Thunderbolts, did Beef, the wonderful Netflix series Beef.
So
and he
good.
also did the latest episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, Jake Schreier is one of those Russo brothers kind of, up and coming directors that they're looking for. And I think a lot of I know I'm going to go old man time. So, back in phase 1, when we were first building up Screen Rant and doing all the reporting on, Marvel's phase 1 rollout into phase 2 after Avengers, the big kind of overarching theme of that story was they made the mistake at first of hiring directors that were visionaries themselves. Kenneth Branagh, Joe Johnston. The only one they really kind of set the blueprint was Louis Leterrier, who was a guy who was looking for that movie that would help him reach that next level of directorial fame, and he did with Incredible Hulk. And arguably Jon Favreau, who was still kind of establishing himself as a director. But they learned you need the up-and-comers. And so, that's what happened in phase 2. They switched in phase 2 to all of a sudden getting people like Alan Taylor, Game of Thrones director, the Russo brothers, who had done all those TV comedies. And so I think they're getting back to that. Like the guys and gals who are on the verge of being those directors, and they're kind of tapping that. So I have a lot of faith in Thunderbolts. My hype meter for this it is 9. It's actually higher than Captain America because I think this in 2024, one of the big lessons we took away and learned was that you can make any character awesome if you have actual acting production value, but more importantly, acting talent behind it that can make these characters come to life. We saw what Catherine Hahn has done with Agatha. We saw what Colin Farrell did with Penguin, first in those big projects they were just supporting characters in, and then carrying their own series. So I firmly believe you get a good collection of actors together and you start making this stuff back to the roots of acting, performance, ensembles, you're going to do well. And that's what this whole movie seems like it's built on, is the character relationships and interactions, which is all Beef was. It was scenes of characters having internal freakouts or characters kind of going into conflict with each other and suddenly escalating that conflict to crazy levels, but never feeling like it went off the rails. And that's what this movie needs. And from all the trailers, that's what we're getting. I'm excited to see David Harbour in a scene with Florence Pugh and Wyatt Russell, more so than anything I'm worried about. Is U.S. Agent going to become the next Captain America, or the Thunderbolts going to become the Dark Avengers? Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff I want to see. I want to see if Bob freaks out and becomes Dark Superman, but I'm excited to see these actors just together doing banter. And even the physical action looks like it is also being woven in a smart way to further these relationships. That whole sequence of them using their powers in that little scene in that facility where they're attacking each other. It speaks volumes and it's awesome. And I can't wait to see more of this movie. So I don't need this movie to reinvent the wheel. I don't need it to do any crazy kaiju thing. I just if this turns out to be what I suspect it is this is some kind of crazy audition or heist for Valentina to see who comes back and then be well, you guys are my Avengers now, and that type of deal, that movie will be all it needs to do and will be wonderful Marvel experience. And I like the asterisk because it suggests to me that this will be a one-off kind of experience. This will be a one-of-a-kind Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
I agree. I agree with you that my hype level for this is a 9. I am as excited for very different reasons for this as I am Superman, and it's because this is the Marvel one that feels like, from the trailers, it has that special sauce. There's that thing that works in the MCU, and it has that also. Look,
cooking with that spicy vodka.
The hype level was going to be a 6 or a 7 regardless because Yelena's in it. Okay, Florence Pugh's in it. I'm already gonna love it. So it's the fact that character is anchoring such a great cast and they have such great chemistry even from the trailer, and that's without Bob. Bob's been in one scene, you know what I mean? So like that, I'm very.
Oh, you
I'm
rapping
very
now? Bob's been in one scene. You know what I mean? When we go supreme,
I've been listening to
on the
GNX.
team. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm up there. This is the one for Marvel. Marvel is putting out a lot next year. There's a lot of Marvel content coming between Disney Plus and theaters and all that. This is the one that stands above everything else for me as far as the things that they are releasing. Other than like, you know, I don't know if some things we left off this list because like they hadn't been confirmed. You know, like I don't know exact release dates and things like that. But aside from that, this is the one. So I'll take the next one since I think it's me. But though this one feels like one that's specifically made for Janelle. Janelle, you want to take this next one?
Thank you, but you're not going to like this answer. Okay, so the next thing is in TV. Yes, let's move it over to TV, and we are going to be talking about The Last of Us season 2. Listen, I'm happy this exists, blah blah blah, but the hype has worn out for me. It's been too long. Too many other things have come out. I need them to start teasing this. I need some like sizzles. I've forgotten where we're at. And there's just, as a Walking Dead fan, like huge super fan, I just worry that we're going to lose some of our initial like magic of the zombie program, because the world is getting so much bigger, right? We're like on a huge plantation or something. We're with a big community of people. It's cold and snowy and wintry, and I don't know, man. Where we left off, I wasn't hyped where we left off, and so I don't feel really hyped about where we're going. It's not that the actors aren't going to be spectacular, because they will be. The directing is going to be amazing. It's truly just about the story. I don't know if I'm interested anymore. So for me, my level of hype is at like a 4 on this one.
Wow.
I know. I feel bad.
Why?
Oh, I like.
Don't feel bad.
Ooh, yeah, I like this.
throw those grenades.
It's just a personal thing, though. Okay.
For me, you know, I never ranked The Last of Us TV show so highly because I love the game so much. These games will forever be an experience that I don't think will ever be matched for me in terms of just overall like
you're not
media
alone.
experience. But so this is always like a 7 or 8 tops project for me. That said, I am at a 7 in hype, not for the show itself, but for the mainstream fan base's reaction. I think that they're going to stretch this out, and it's going to be kind of part interlude. I think season 2 is going to be interlude to the second game and ending at a very decisive point in the second game. And I can't wait to see what that does with mainstream fans. Also, I can't wait to see the stuff they add as an interlude to help build up the background of the second game, because the second game plunges you into stuff that's already happened over a time jump. And so like I can't wait to see what that is for us as, you know, fans of the games, to get that new bit of experience. So I'm at a solid 7 for this, because I think it's only going to get better, the production. And I think that, like I said, what this world becomes in the second game is, you can't, if you've never played the game, it's impossible to explain to you. Like the shifts, the expansions, the characters you take on and start to follow, like it gets a lot bigger very fast. And I can't wait to see that happen and what the fan base is going to be like. So I'm hyped. This is my Schadenfreude pick. Like I'm going to be sitting there drinking the tea like, yes, when I see people emotionally falling apart. So yeah,
man, I am probably...
Oh, we got somebody new. Hold up. Shout out to Marcus White on Facebook. We are talking about The Last of Us Part 2 and the TV show that's coming back.
Yeah. I'm in between. I am not a 4. I am not a 7. I will say I'm at a 6. Not for I really enjoyed what they did with season 1. I love the new pieces they added, which I'm actually right along with Kofi. I'm actually probably more excited because this is a more of a direct adaptation is the style of the show. I'm more excited for new things that they're throwing into the mix to kind of spice things up and change things up. Especially, I'm right there with you because we're gonna avoid spoilers, right? But I am very curious to see, number one, if they follow through with what happens and they don't change it, because I could very easily see them changing it because it is going to be such a hot button thing. Or how they prolong the period of time before we get there. There's a lot of things that I'm actually very curious to see their take on it. And so there's part of like a morbid curiosity as well as just being invested in the show. I also have played the game, so it's kind of like that is where my curiosity remains more. Ironically, Jenna brought up Walking Dead. I have actually been watching a ton of Walking Dead lately. It's because it's been popping up in my reels a lot of like clips from famous episodes that I'm like, oh man, I remember that scene. Like there's the Shane Rick scene popped up in my reels randomly the other day. And I ended up watching the whole like half episode because I was just like, oh man, this is so good. I forgot how good that show was. So I don't know. There's like, I'm ready for zombie content. So this will hit at the perfect time. Right now I'm at a 6, but as we lead up to it, I'll probably be closer to like a 7, somewhere in there. But yeah, I'm excited for it, but I think more out of curiosity. I'm kind of in that ballpark. Kofi, you want to take the next one? Because you did a whole breakdown for us, season 2.
Yeah, the next one is Invincible season 3. We're not waiting a million years. We're going to be getting Invincible season 3 coming in 2025. And my hype meter for this is at about a 4. Yeah, nothing against Invincible. I enjoy the show. It's a good show, but like last year, they really just screwed the pooch with that mid-season break. It's rare that I've seen a series take so much good momentum, so much good hype, and just crash it against the wall like that. Like that mid-season break really killed things for Invincible. And unfortunately, like as we got to the end of season 2 and that kind of disappointed thing, we also then got hit with a bunch of other awesome animation things that made us quickly move on. We got over it by getting under some new shit. And X-Men 97, Caped Crusader, like there were things hitting down to like there's a lot of stuff that hit that made us just kind of be like, oh yeah, Invincible and its kind of questionable animation is still a thing. So yeah, I'm not hyped for it, but yes, I hear you out in the void, Invincible comic fans. I know the next arc is about to turn up real serious. We got through that sophomore character world building season, and things start to turn up real quick. So I'm ready to be kind of recaptured by Invincible, like season 1. So I'm keeping my hype meter low, and that way I'm not going to be disappointed again. And if it turns out it's straight gas, then I will be the first to come back and be like, oh man, I hyped it low, but it's so good that it's high. But I'm not investing early.
Well, man, we couldn't be more divisive on it in the comments. I've seen it's right there with X-Men 97, and then it's been compared to the Spider-Man films, to the Spider-Man spinoff movie.
Oh, I just realized, it's not on this list, but I'm a little more hyped for that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man than I am for this.
Oh, wow. I honestly, that looks so. I forgot it was happening this year.
Oh no, they're starting to push that advertising. It's coming in a couple weeks. My son saw it. He's already like,
man, no, that's how like I was just not engaged with that at all. Like the stuff I've seen, I just have not Doug.
What? Who are you? And like, when did you replace Matt? Like,
what? Man, it looks so like I don't bored. I don't know what it is.
Comments
I don't know what it is.
Comments. Oh my god, the comments are starting to turn on me. Wow, y'all are okay. All right.
It doesn't. Well, here's the thing, though. It could be great. I have not been taken by anything I have seen. I'm just like, it looks, yeah. And I know, before we get to something else, I am actually genuinely excited about. Janelle, what are you feeling about Invincible?
I was one of the people that fell off. Yeah, I was one of the people that it wasn't for, I actually feel like the show is great. It's just my taste has kind of changed. And I'm sorry I talk about it. I'm sorry that I'm that person, but like my life is changing. So my taste is changing. Like I have a new little baby in my life, and I was pregnant when this season was, at its height, and I was nauseous as heck. And I didn't want to see faces getting smashed into oblivion. It would make me like kind of queasy. So it was just the high violence. I fell off of Invincible. I also fell off of The Boys because of the gore, honestly. Yeah,
we're getting The Boys.
You're fine.
I left that off here too.
We're touching on it. We're touching.
I wish we could make like I just want to splice together a reel of like pre-parent Janelle and
I
post-parent
know,
Janelle.
Dude. I was savage.
Like a reel. Like
I was like, give me the blood.
Like, we really should do that though. That would be amazing. After like 6 months, we go from The Walking Dead.
I know. I know.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. I watched like Inside Out too, and I was like, oh, I get it.
You just have good taste. I mean,
it's hilarious. I love seeing this late in like the show, because
also in my life, I'm almost 40 and I'm finally like getting it together. It's great.
Nice. I'm almost mid-40s, and I'm in my 10th year officially of this year of parenting, a decade of parenting. So
that deserves a round of applause.
I also just like seeing your new parent energy. It reminds me of those golden days, and I'm
so tired.
Oh yeah, you're tired, but you're so fired up. Like, you're so passionate and fired up about it. It's different once they start walking, talking, and developing their own personalities, and then you're dealing with like yourself.
Yeah. Then he's going to be like, I want blood and gore. Let's watch Invincible.
Oh yeah, no, he's going to be everything you are, and that's what kids are. Yeah. It's going to be everything you are that like your parents always yelled at you about, that you thought they were so wrong and traumatized you. Every argument you had with your mom, like, you were too this to be, you were too that, and then all of a sudden you're going to look in the mirror one day and be like, damn,
I get it.
Damn it. Like,
I love Danny Brown. Sleep is a gift. It really
sleep is a gift.
Sleep is for the weak. This is how I got where I am today.
I believe that you don't sleep, Kofi. Kofi sends messages at 3 o'clock in the morning for the podcast.
And it's all whoa.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Pause. Hold the phone. Kofi sends you business messages and show plans at 3 in the morning. But don't go on here saying I'm sending you messages at 3 in the morning.
I mean, I've sent you messages at 3 in the morning because I'm with the baby.
Again, all business for everybody on the podcast. There is not like some secret Comic Book Nation deep shadow freak thread at 3 in the morning. Like, we're all up doing geek stuff. Like, I just watched Star Wars.
I can't believe you just don't sleep.
I feel like this is a perfect
Stephen Prime over here on YouTube. Stephen Prime, stop flexing on us. Stop flexing on us.
Love it.
We all did some crimes. We're all doing some time. So leave us alone, man. You know, if you're unincarcerated, go enjoy life on the outside, bro. Like,
great comment. Great comment. All right. Well, we're gonna move from there to Zootopia. I have no segue. I have no segue. There was no segue.
I will fly through these next picks also.
Okay,
Zootopia
let's go.
2, is a movie I am very much looking forward to. I am so excited. It's been too long a wait. It's been ridiculous how long it's been since we've had Zootopia content. But between Lorcana adding Zootopia and this, I am here for it. I am so excited. Zootopia is just such a fun world and movie. I cannot wait for this. This is probably the one. Oh, dang it. There's one I totally forgot to put on here. I'll mention it then. Lilo and Stitch. I am also very excited for that as well. So I'm Disney content next year, just Disney, just like straight up classic Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm super hyped for. So like for Zootopia, and I'll throw Lilo and Stitch in there. I'm good. I'm at a solid 8. I'm hyped for these.
I mean, Disney's just playing the hits, baby. Not one new damn thing on this list of animation. It's all a sequel or a remake. Good for Bob. Big Bob is not playing
Good for me.
Obviously, I'm not going to talk too long. I don't have a hype meter that high for Zootopia. It's like 2, 3. My kids are going to love this. I've seen the first one a million times. I think it's a great film. Jason Bateman's amazing in that. I would love to see a crossover between Jason Bateman's character and Sam Rockwell's character from The Bad Guys.
Oh my God, yes. Please make that happen.
Amazing. So I know the kids are going to love it. And I'm just like Toy Story 5. I am super curious about because of what Zootopia was really about in the subtext. I'm super curious about what the commentary is going to be now. I know what Toy Story 5 is cooking with, and I can't wait for that movie to get out because I'm going to sit my damn kids in front of that and be like, you're going to stare at this. You've been hurting your toys. You and these stupid Kindles you're killing your toys. So
poor toys.
The real grenades in this episode are towards Kindles.
Yeah.
But Zootopia 2,
Kindles.
I mean, the first one was, such a well done way of talking about all those subjects and putting them in front of the kids. So, I'm excited for them, but my excitement's like a 4 for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I have no comment on Zootopia 2. I don't know anything about it, but we'll see when it comes out. Next.
Next.
You're gonna be signed up. You're gonna end up with a double feature of Zootopia. See,
that's fine. I'm sure I'll love it. I just don't have anything to contribute to.
Well, let's just loop in Janelle. Any affinity for Snow White?
I know nothing about the Snow White except the drama, and I hate the drama. Like I'm so sick of there always being all these extra opinions on everything. Just give me my Disney stuff and let me enjoy it. I don't need. It's just obnoxious to me, honestly. It kind of killed the vibe for me.
We're done with that. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I know, but it happened.
Disney does not care anymore. Big Bob does not care anymore. That whole era is gone now, baby.
Good.
Yeah, we enter in a whole new era this year.
But I don't know enough about it. Also, I will definitely see it when it's out on streaming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Rachel Ziegler is killing it lately, and she's just been doing great in everything she's in. I think Gal Gadot is going to be great as an evil queen. So I'm actually weirdly optimistic about this. I think they even tackled the whole dwarf issue really well and making them look like whimsical fantasy characters, so we don't have to be mad. They're gnomes. We can just say gnomes, guys. Then nobody has a problem. It's all just semantics. But
right.
But real talk, I don't think you got to worry about that. I think society went through a certain era where we were trying to do some stuff. Everybody was like, no, and now we're not doing that anymore. So I think we're going to get back to classic Disney.
Thank God.
Classic things. I mean, I don't know if it's thank God, but it's going to be something, and we'll find out together. So
I feel like this is a perfect time to segue.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I will say I'm hyped for my husband on this one. I am so hyped for him. This is gonna this is a moment. This is huge.
I mean, all-time hype for this. This is gonna be my life when I get this, and I'm gonna be gone, and it's gonna be Florida.
Okay, I'll take care of the podcast for you.
Yeah. It'll be Florida the game, and
that's what I love about it.
The game.
I love me some Florida the game. The give me gators and swimming pools all day.
Yeah, I'm most looking forward to learning more about Janelle and unpacking the Janelle of it all once I spend enough time driving around Florida.
That game was Disney World because I was in Orlando. So
wouldn't it be hilarious if Janelle was in the game?
That would be so great.
I mean,
you just pass someone on the you're passing someone during a mission, and they're like, more content.
I've already messaged Janelle several times about her strange Forrest Gump-like role in history, and even this year I was watching a docuseries, and I was like, Janelle, you were in parts of these docuseries somewhere, and she was
Wait.
like, "Yeah, kind of."
I forget.
When we were talking about Florida, we were talking about Florida.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the food show that I was on.
No.
Wait, you were on a food show?
It was like it was some show featuring a Nashville like big ginormous food or something, and like I was on there eating. No, I was eating hot chicken. I'll find it.
I've known some people in town that were on Triple D.
You say about it.
Yeah, see, I told you, but no. Like she's like, "Oh, was it that one thing when I was standing next to the president?" No, not that time. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this all-time hype. I mean, GTA 6 is going to be the entire culture when it comes out. So let's go.
I have a question then, because I am also hyped for this. As much as like I wasn't taken by certain aspects of 5, I still played the game like all the way through and still have like a lot of fond memories of the experience, because GTAs are just an experience that like everyone I feel like jumps in, whether they dislike them or not, they want to be like part of it, right? And so does it actually get released this year? Because this is one that has delay written all over it. I don't know. I get that right. The gaming industry, last year and the year before, delays hit almost every major title. I don't know if does it make this year or does it get pushed to 2026?
Look, all I know is I'd rather them delay than Cyberpunk. Like that's all I know. Okay,
that's true.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk's a good game now, but it took a year and a half.
It
took a year and a half.
But all right, I think the thing is we're all hyped though. Like this is
going to be brilliant.
Let's move
I can be quick on the next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick on the next one. I mean, the next one I've been off this series for so long that I'm not going back. So you all enjoy Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. No. I've heard a lot of people say that that have been like longtime fans of this.
Those people will be right there picking it up with me, because this is those are all the people that say that and then they go buy it. But I will say Assassin's Creed Shadows looks phenomenal. I was bummed that it got delayed. I was very bummed because this is one dual protagonist. We're doing like different styles, set one samurai, one ninja. Oh, this has like all the, and I love Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is fantastic. I kind of fell off with Mirage because it kind of went back to like what the series originally did with Altair, and I'm actually not a giant fan of that. So I like that we're returning to this. I'm very excited for this, but I am bummed it got bumped. Though I do think actually it'll help the sales because it was going to release in the midst of like a whirlwind of huge releases. So I am excited for this. Kofi, I do know you're more excited for the next one.
I am. So I'm sitting upstairs in my man cave and I keep my PS4 up here because I was where Janelle was in the latter stages of PS4's life cycle. I was raising 2 babies and had no time for gaming, like doing all that. So I've been catching up on everything from like pre-pandemic on, all the big games I'm now sitting up here catching up on. And right now I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm in the last third of the game. I just took back Castle Tsushima and they had no chance. My sword skills are legendary. But I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. So I kind of Forrest Gump my way into probably ending this game right before the next one comes out, which is Ghost of Yotei. And so, yeah, my hype meter for that is definitely really high. I'm at a good solid 8. This series is so beautifully done. It does for Samurai what like Insomniac did for Spider-Man in terms of putting you in the experience of being this thing that you've fantasized about since a little kid. But Ghost of Tsushima isn't without its rough edges. You basically gotta transport yourself. Anytime you crawl under a building, you get stuck there and stuff like that. Jumping gets stuck, like a lot of weird glitches. So I'm looking forward to a smoother experience with the gameplay. The PS4, just version is so gorgeous. Like there are scenes with the lighting and all that, like amazing. So I can't wait to see what it looks like on a PS5. So yeah, Ghost of Yote is probably the video game I'm the most most hyped for under GTA, obviously, which is going to eat up everything. But after that, yeah.
You want to take the next two?
Yeah, because I don't even know what Alien Earth
They're
is.
both right up your alley.
Okay, yeah, got it. Let's keep it rolling. So next is Alien Earth, and Alien is so hot right now.
Oh, now I know. It took him saying that for me to know what we're talking about.
So the Alien franchise is real hot. Alien Romulus brought it back on the big screen. The comic series have been killing it. Like, people are starting to really pick up, and I can tell you from the response we get on the site, like, people are still red hot about these kind of 80s, 90s franchises that are coming back. And Alien Earth will be the first Alien TV series. But the curveball is it's from Noah Hawley, who did Legion and Fargo for FX, two shows that are just super duper weird. And Legion, I mean, when you see what Legion did with X-Men lore, you don't know what we're going to get is with this Alien Earth show. The buzz around it was some controversy because it is so different that people were like, what the, like, you know, even some creators like Ridley Scott, people like that. I'm super interested to see what's going on. Bringing the xenomorphs to Earth and having an outbreak possibly there is something we really haven't done. And I can't wait to see what we do with this show. It's one of my most anticipated shows of the year. And I'm going to put my hype meter at a good, solid, also 8 for this.
You have gotten me. I am more into the Alien universe than I have been in a long time. And it's, I got to credit the comics and look, the morbid curiosity is something like Romulus, which is not up my alley typically. But I did watch it because I was curious. I watched it on streaming, but I did watch it. I gotta say, like, the fact that we're getting 2 projects and the fact that they seem so wildly different is pretty cool. And this one is, I'm very intrigued by this. And the fact that Legion is so weird in an awesome way. I'm very curious about this. So yeah, I'm actually at a 6 or 7 for this. Which is nuts to me. I would not have guessed that last year. I would not have guessed I'd be that hype for an Aliens project.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Next up is
I am excited about Andor, though.
Yeah. Next up is Andor season 2. My hype for this is at a 9-10, easy.
Agreed.
I loved Andor season 1, and this one is going to be a kind of lockstep breakdown of Andor's investigation into the Death Star's creation that ends and leads us right up to the events of Rogue One. And if we can dock that ship correctly, this will be one of the greatest prequel series, like, spinoffs ever done. A prequel to a prequel, and somehow still excellent. And yeah, it'll just dramatize and cement the epicness of one of the most pivotal parts of Star Wars, which is the rebellion's efforts to get the Death Star plans and save and help Luke and provide all that underpinning that helped this heroic guy come along and save the galaxy, and the sacrifices that were made along the way to do that. So can't wait. So hyped.
So cool, dude.
Yeah, man. Well said. I am hyped for this.
For Zach G on YouTube, this is the last season of Andor. Yeah, this is it.
I didn't know that.
Oh, people really don't know this? Okay,
no,
we should maybe write this down and write it
up.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, this is the final season. This is it.
Oh no, that makes me sad.
This will be the kind of time period between, of him getting the assignment to start tracking down the Death Star, and when he finally arrives on that planet and is looking for Jyn Erso and starts Rogue One. That's what we're getting to. So
wow.
Because after that, spoilers, there ain't no more Andor after Rogue One, because
I am excited to tee up Rogue One after this too. Like, I'm gonna do a whole watch through, right? Like, I'm probably gonna start with season 1 before season 2 begins, and then go back to season 1 and then watch season 2 and then finish it by hitting Rogue One and just completing that whole deal, because Rogue One still in my top 3 and might very well be my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. So I love Rogue One.
It gets no. I mean, it's just lasting the test of time. I think we were all. There's a lot of stuff from the 2010s when I was working, and now I go back and I look and I'm like, you take it out of film Twitter discourse, and we were way too hard on this stuff, especially when I could sit at home and watch it. Like, I even like watching Solo. I watched Solo a surprising amount of times.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, Solo's a good movie, man.
I should go back and revisit that. I haven't seen that since.
It's got
me neither.
Oh yeah, Woody Harrelson, Tandy Newton. Like, there's some great stuff in that movie. Some good action scenes too. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's not get distracted.
I'll take these next 2.
Yeah.
And knock them out real quick. And then Janelle, you want to take the 2 after that?
Sure.
I figure those would be right up your alley. So WWE Monday Night Raw is moving to Netflix legit next week. It starts a brand new era. This is the first time that WWE Raw has not been on cable TV in a long time, decades. And it starts the streaming era. It'll be on Netflix. Netflix has had a actually pretty decent run of big live events over the past year. Technical issues abounded in the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing, so that got some people worried, but they just pulled off a Christmas Day.
That was a test right there.
Yeah, and they pulled it off. It seemed like they got it. They pulled off the roast. They've had issues. They have issues with like things you think, like the Chris Rock special. That one had a bunch of issues, and so they have issues with like things that you feel like they shouldn't. But then the NFL, they knocked it out of the park. So okay, that makes me high hopes. We are getting 3 hours of Raw. They are treating this Raw on the 6th as kind of a very almost like mini pay-per-view. I mean, they are loading it up. So if you're going to try to jump in and see what it's all about, this would be the episode to do it. I mean, John Cena is going to be there, possibly the return of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and some other people. So and big matches, right? Roman Reigns is going to be having a match with Solo Sikoa. So but this is a big event. Also, yes, as Fire Grilled mentions, this actually 2 days ago was the first episode of AEW Dynamite that was streaming on HBO Max. So for the first time in forever, actually, because it hasn't happened, two of the major wrestling companies have their stuff on streaming and will be available. Like, you can watch it live from there. It's pretty big. That's a pretty big jump for both. So yeah, lots of stuff. Yes, Penta 2. Yes, jumping in. So big things happening there on the January 6th. I will say my hype meter for the next one is at like 9 or 10. Stranger Things.
Same.
I cannot. Dan, that final episode of the last season. That last season just kicked. It was so good. I cannot wait for this. This is also the final season of Stranger Things. So this is going to be kind of bringing all that. No,
no, it is getting awkward. These little mofos are looking so old that it is getting.
I can't see.
Like, hello,
I can't see anything
students.
About that. But it's been so good. Oh,
you guys
so good. So I am so hyped. I am so hyped to see what happens. Season 5 will come here. I do imagine they will probably split it like they did last time. But last time, for those who remember, worked out pretty well because like the second half of the season was really like 2 mini movies, and I'm totally fine with them doing that again. So I hope we get that. So that's my hype meter. Where do you guys stand on Stranger Things?
I'll be the first to admit that like I'm never hyped for this show when it's coming back, but then I'm like so into it when it gets here. Then I'm the one making all the charts with like Vecnas and all that stuff. And I get into it once it's here, but once the mania is here every time. But that's just like the Netflix binge effect, I think. I get like for a minute, I'm just like, and then it goes away for a while, and then so. I'm never hyped. I'm just like, I need this to end because, again, these little kids are getting too old for me, and it's just getting weird. So I need them to just knock this out because I'm like Finn Wolfhard. I know you're like married with 2 kids now. Like, come on, man. Like, let's get out of here.
Oh my god.
So it is just. I mean, it's funny going back to the first season, but I mean,
please don't let that happen with Skeleton Crew. I mean, what to think about it.
Well, Neil won't age.
Oh,
Neil.
Neil becomes the ultimate warrior of Star Wars. Just like there's always a Neil, somebody else in this.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
Oh boy. No. So, but I mean, I know it's going to be one hell of a final season. So
I am excited.
I'm not. I mean, in the
Janelle.
Duffer Brothers, I trust.
Yeah. I am. This is a 10 for me. I cannot wait to like finally. I thought that the last season would have been fine, just ending there. But I'm very pleasantly happy that we are getting another season of this, and I'm just so happy to like wrap it all up in a very hyped way. I love this show so much. Like it has just brought me so much joy. So,
Next two are you.
Oh yeah, the next two are me. Okay, so Daredevil Born Again. This has been so anticipated, and I feel like it's been really fun to watch like every announcement that comes out about it, as it has, like, for example, bringing back certain stars from the original series. You know, I love Vincent D'Onofrio. He like talks about, he's literally letting stuff slip. I don't even know if he's allowed to be talking about stuff, but he does all the time, and I love him for that. We just found out, well, we didn't just find out, we found out the Punisher is going to be in this, and we love him, especially my Walking Dead friends, anyone who loves Shane. And
That's not what it's in my reels. I was trying to say earlier. It's
What?
just all of a sudden I just have these weird reels of people having real life encounters with John Bernthal while
I
he's
love
filming
him.
stuff right now.
Dude, I love him so much.
It's
Yeah.
who's getting in our algorithms?
Well, yeah, it's just like, what? I'm just like, it was one that was like at the top of my reels. It was like him, some girl was just in like an Atlanta basketball court. He showed up on like shirtless,
Wait,
like it was just shooting ball. And he's just like, "What's up,
Oh my
mama?" And then
God.
she's just like, and then I melted. And then I was just like, oh boy.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
I mean, John Bernthal is one of the best, man. He keeps it so, that dude keeps it so real. If you ever listen to his podcasts and stuff,
Oh
like,
yes.
yeah, he's
Dude.
just out in the streets keeping it real. That man might be the Punisher. I'm not sure.
Well, I am very, very excited about this. I'm hoping that it's not going to be just like the Penguin, but I'm hoping it will kind of give us like an MCU-ish type, like crimey, penguin-y vibe. I'm hoping that they don't hold back on, you know, adult content and things like that. And I am very optimistic about this. So I would say I'm probably like an 8 on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Yeah. No. Ooh. Yeah. I'm a solid 8 too. Born Again is going to be kind of taking that spirit of the Netflix series, but putting it in an MCU world. I'm here for that. I think they're doing it the right way. I think Kevin Feige, Bob Iger came in and saw what they were doing with that other show, and we're like, that's what gives me the most hope. That Marvel spent the money, had the dedication to say, this other show you're making, like hell to the gnaw. Like, we're scrapping it, guys. Like, we're doing it right. Like, no. So I don't think you do that and do all of that over and still get it wrong. I feel like they are listening to people like Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, and they're going to give us something really compelling. So I think that Born Again arguably could be the place where those live action Disney Plus series kind of take a turn and we start to get into stuff that's actually high value premium content worth really watching. So, and that's not to take away from things like Loki. That's not what I'm saying. But, you know, I think this is where Marvel TV starts to get what we thought it was going to be originally. So yeah, solid 8.
Okay, and next up, Fantastic Four First Steps. I know that many people are very excited about this. I genuinely don't know what to expect. I have not been really like intrigued for any particular reason by any of their teaser like artwork or anything like that. Obviously the castings, like that was really cool news. But other than that, I don't have a lot to go off of. So I actually have not read Fantastic Four comics. So I don't feel like I'm a big expert on this, and I just don't have enough to get super hyped yet, but I know I will. Like I hate to say it, but I am very biased. Like I love Marvel. So I'm excited just because it's Marvel, but I don't have a ton to go off of. What about you guys?
Matt?
Man, we haven't read any Fantastic Four, have we?
No.
I was trying to think back of like, have we not read any? We haven't read any.
I think I've read like 2 on my own.
Yeah. Kofi, what are you feeling?
I'm with Janelle. I have a big N/A or question mark over this. And I like that, actually. In a good way. I have, for the first time, no idea what to expect from Marvel. I know that Matt Shackman is been kind of quietly, that's who's directing, right? Did I call that right? That he's been quietly coming up through the ranks for a long time. Like I before WandaVision and everybody knowing him there, like I knew him as a guy who came in and really made It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of my favorite shows, into something really, really awesome, and really cemented that show's kind of legacy. So yeah, I know that this guy can direct. He can do comedy. He can do kind of drama. He can take these fantasy worlds and make them have kind of meaning, like we saw in WandaVision, and play with a lot of different kind of vibes, from retro vibes to kind of modern sensibilities. So I really don't know what to expect. We haven't seen anything from this cast interacting together. We haven't seen any of the effects of their powers. We haven't seen the world except in concept art. So there's, again, a lot. It's like Superman. There's a lot riding on this one. But I'm also kind of excited to not have expectations for a Marvel thing. So I'll put myself at a 6.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think I'm right there. I'm probably at a 5 or a 4 right now. But I think that's partly because looking back on it, I know exactly why we haven't read a ton of Fantastic Four, because I have not really cared about the Fantastic Four in a while. It's been a while. I've never been a fan, really. I've liked elements of them, and I like elements of their characters and things like that. And but I've never really, they've just never hooked me as a comic, as a movie. There were elements of the movies I liked, but obviously, like, those haven't necessarily stood up to the test of time. So I don't know. Like, I'm very lukewarm on the Fantastic Four. However, this cast is amazing. I'm very excited for that, and I am trying to also go in with an open mind. I want Marvel to really I want them to hook me, and I want this to be the version that does. And so I am going in open-minded, and I'm hoping that Pedro can take what is half the time an awful character in the comics and make them better. So I'm hoping. Reed Richards sucks. Okay, Reed Richards is like Beast. Like, well, not New Beast.
I'm
New Beast
scared
remember
of
all that, but he sucks. So like, I'm excited for, like, hey, let's Pedro do his magic. Let's see what we can do. Kofi, you want to take the next one?
Okay, so I'll take the next one as we're coming down to the end of the list. Oh, you want me to take the next one? Really?
Don't you like Jurassic World more than me?
Oh,
okay,
but all right. Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out. I'm also at a 6 for this. I do have a long history with the Jurassic franchise, so like I'm not gonna poo-poo on that too hard, but I think that Jurassic World, of course, has been one of diminishing returns. But this is Gareth Edwards who's doing this, who did Rogue One. So there you go. And got out of director jail after he was put in director jail for a long time, and just did what was that thing that John David Washington just did? The sci-fi movie. Oh man,
I know what you're talking about, but I'm blanking on the name.
The Creator. Yeah, he did The Creator in 2023, which was a gorgeous sci-fi film. Gareth Edwards, I've spoken to him at length after his first movie. His whole forte is kind of putting up these crazy effects and making these worlds that he can make on his computer and make it look really good. So I think he's going to be a good director for this. I like David Koepp is a guy who's written like Spider-Man. He's written all kinds of stuff. And I think we got a good cast. I mean, if they landed Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Rupert Friend, people like this, like Ed Skrein, like I feel like it was something there that they were cooking with to make this worth it. So I'm excited for this, actually. And, you know, come on, like, we're going to get to see like Scarlett Johansson running around dodging dinosaurs. That's already kind of a movie.
It's going to be cool. Yeah. Did your hype meter go up as you were talking about it? Felt like
I think so. I think so. I think I'm at an 8 for this. So I'm at an 8. All right. Or I'll say 7. It's a good number. Let's settle on 7. I talk myself into it.
Chanel.
Yes. Question mark. Kind of. Kind of excited.
I mean, it's like Jurassic
right
World 3. It's like Jurassic Park 3 from the story. Like, somebody's going to the island for some kind of sinister mission. A family gets stuck there too. The two collide. They got to survive. It's classic Jurassic stuff, man. I'm here for it.
I always enjoy these. Like, this is a franchise that, like, I'm kind of, we've kind of mentioned it before. Like, I'm never hyped for them beforehand. And then when the time comes and the big trailer starts rolling, I'm like, oh, that's a good trailer. And then like I end up seeing them and I almost always enjoy them. I don't think there's actually been one that I haven't walked away with. Oh, that was fun. You know, problems and all. Like, I think I've actually liked them all. So like, it's not a diehard franchise for me, but the cast here makes me excited.
Agreed.
And the
you know what? Yes.
Of,
good point.
Yeah. Right.
Very good point.
The talk of making, there's been some talk out there, right, of like what we can do for, because if you watch the original Jurassic Park, it still holds up. Original Jurassic Park, like from a effects point of view, the dinosaurs still look phenomenal in that movie. And so I do think like if you can give us some of that scary again and not just it be like, oh, it's a mashup of these two dinosaurs, you know, just for the sake of doing that. Like if you can make them scary again, I think you can, there's an element of that, not all of the dinosaurs, but some of them, right? There needs to be some legit tension there. But the cast is there. So I'll probably get more excited for this as we go, but I'm probably at like a 6 or 7. I'm more hyped for the next one.
Keep your cash tight though, because Jurassic World Rebirth comes out on July 2nd. 7 days later, it's Superman, or no, little over 7 days later, it is time for Superman.
Oh man,
Superman.
Yeah, we might be seeing that a couple weeks later.
You gotta get that guap up. You better save some money. Keep a roll in the Cookie King because you're gonna need it. All right.
I'm excited for the next one, which is How to Train Your Dragon live action. Look, I'm the reason, okay? You can blame me for all these Disney live action adaptations. I'm the one that goes and sees them, okay? Because I love them. I will stand for them all day. Even the ones that don't work, I'm all for them doing them. I'm excited for Tangled. I'm excited for that to get the live action treatment. I'm the reason. So right here, How to Train Your Dragon. I love those animated movies. Those are fantastic. And they actually hold up. I recently rewatched 2 of them not too long ago, and they hold up. They're so charming and full of personality, and Toothless is such great, you know, the relationship there between Toothless and everybody else is so good. So I'm really excited for this because this is like, oh, what if we like mash like Game of Thrones, but with something I'm interested in? Oh, hey, look, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. So I'm very excited for this. I am the reason. So I hope it does well because I would like to see them. I don't know if they're going to straight up adapt the stories. I imagine they would. And those stories hold up, man. There's lots of heart and charm in those. So I am down for this.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued. Yeah, I'm intrigued too. Could be kind of cool. It just really depends on how well they do the actual dragon.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Very true. If they look lame, then it's not going to work.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm at a 2-3. I don't need this. Like, this is making me feel old as hell. Like, I feel like I blinked and this movie just came out. I was in New York, went down to see it in 3D, and was like blown away by it. And that was like yesterday. Now we're getting a live action remake. You know, I mean, sure, it's gonna be great. Gerard Butler, blah blah blah. Like, but I don't need this.
The first one came out in 2010.
Right. It feels like just yesterday, but it's not. It's 14 years. I get it. But I don't need this. But good for everybody who love it. And yes, my kids. I don't think my kids grasped on to the animated one, so we'll probably be in the theater to see this. You are correct, distance nerding. All right, am I taking the next 2?
I figure you're super excited for these, so yeah.
Next two, and where these are our last two, for we can just throw out any random mentions we want to get off our chest. The first one is Ryan Coogler's Sinners, the Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler Blade movie that Marvel could have made but did not, and I'm kind of happy for it. So we've only seen a teaser trailer for this, but I mean, everybody's kind of sold on this. If you're a film fan, you're sold on this already. We already have Michael B. Jordan playing two twins in the movie. It's a vampire movie. It's a period piece. It has that From Dusk Till Dawn vibe. Like, we're getting one kind of movie until we shift into something else with the creature feature. And Haley Steinfeld's in it. Jack O'Connell, Wunmi Musaku, B-15 from Loki. Like, this is a great cast of actors. And, you know, Delroy Lindo. Like, I don't think Ryan Coogler can miss right now. And I don't think any of us expected him to do this. And I can't wait to see what Coogler and Jordan do with horror. So, you know, and on a personal note, after Jordan Peele's cracked open the kind of door of black themed horror, I want to really see what this one's about and what Coogler does with it. So, looking forward to this a lot.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Hype is at a 9 for me.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
I gotta give it a number. Yeah, this one's up there. This one's like 8, 9 for me. For sure.
That trailer looks phenomenal. I mean, that's a great trailer. So yeah, you had me. And probably people will be looking, and you're probably going to get a lot of why couldn't we get Blade after that movie comes out? So yeah.
I just realized that you said the trailer, and I realized we didn't put in the horror movie I'm most hyped for. So I'll just throw it out there because of the trailer. 28 years later.
I forgot that one.
That trailer, one of the best trailers I've seen. It's I think the most watched trailer right now underneath Superman. Is 28 years later. And so that's the horror film I am most hyped for. That is a 9-10 for me. Danny Boyle is starting a whole new trilogy of those films, and I think it's going to cook. Also excited for Final Destination to come back this year. That's happening.
Wow.
So we're going to be really excited for that. But the final thing is a horror film that's coming in just a couple weeks. It is Wolfman. The Universal horror movies have been, they've been doing a good job remaking these Universal horror monsters in modern context. Lee Winnell, James Wan, and them, kind of the Insidious crew, have been working on that. Lee Winnell is now doing Wolfman after doing Invisible Woman, which was an excellent kind of reimagining of that. And Wolfman looks like another one. Christopher Abbott, who just was like one of the only good parts of Kraven the Hunter, is going to be the titular Wolfman. And I love what they're doing with these, making these grounded in like real life, human dramas. So Invisible Woman was, of course, about, toxic relationship, domestic abuse. This one is kind of a same thing from kind of the perspective of a family and a father, and, what it means that father figure becomes a monstrous kind of thing, and the metaphors for that. And so I'm really looking forward to this. I think, like I said, they're underrated. They're just nicely, this is getting back to low budget or mid-budget horror that actually has something to say and is entertaining. And I can't wait to see this. It has our girl from Ozark, Julia Garner, in it. And man, I can't wait to see this one. The trailers for this have looked pretty gnarly. So excited for Wolfman. Give it a good 7-7.
Nice. I'm really excited for Doctor Who, the next season. I don't want to say, I think, Matt, you put it as like season 2 in the notes, but like I can't say that because it's been on for way too long for me to call it season 2. But I am really excited for Doctor Who, the new season that's coming out. I think the Christmas special was absolutely beautiful. It definitely made me like ugly cry. And they always do. Stephen Moffat is amazing. I'm so glad he's back on the series. And I think this is going to be a really, really solid season. I think we're finally getting that magic back of Doctor Who that we kind of had been missing a little bit.
Okay, Matt, what else you want to throw out there, buddy?
I'm gonna throw out Gears of War E-Day, if that actually makes 2025. I'm a huge Gears of War fan, and I feel like it was really cool to get into the future and see what the legacy held for the franchise. But this taking things back to when everything happened with Emergence Day. You're getting young Marcus, young Dom. That has the potential to, and if they, again, it's been a minute since we had a new gear. So like if they shake up some things as far as gameplay wise, but you still get that crisp third person cover run and gun thing, man, that's going to be special. And it might get me to, go grab an Xbox. Cause I've been holding out. But I've been holding out for that Nintendo Switch 2 that just never gets announced. But
what the frick?
It's coming. We're gonna see. That's another thing we're hyped for this year. Janelle's got to run, but yeah, why don't you get it off? Nintendo Switch 2 hype.
Yes, I'm at 10, level 20 Switch. Give me the Switch 2. Boom.
All right.
I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything I need to get off my chest? Is there anything I'm forgetting? No, I think we covered pretty much.
Covered a lot.
I mean, we got it, man. I think we got it. There's things I'm going to be looking forward to, like Peacemaker Season 2, stuff like that. But nothing that I need to really rank and hype. I think we got all the big stuff. So I think that's it. I think we've done it. This is Comic Book Nation. This is the first show of Season 7 and the first show of 2025. We went in with no plan, but I still think we did it. This is our hype meters. Go back if you missed any of it. We ran through a lot of stuff and tell you where we stand. This will be interesting to revisit later on or at the end of the year when we can see how we measured up to this and how we are feeling at that point in 2025. So I'm Kofi Outlaw.
Get the clips and play back.
Oh yeah, we should get
what
some
we
clips.
Said. Oh, we should do that.
Oh yeah, we'll take the time. If we take the time and do it, I think we can pull off a really fun show. So let's do that because why not? Season 7, let's get crazy. We are Comic Book Nation. We are the only show that does it all for geek culture and the official podcast of comicbook.com. I'm your host, Kofi Outlaw. With me is my co-host, Matthew Aguilar. Our other co-host, Janelle Wheeler, had to go. Baby is up and she is on mom duty. That's the kind of show we are running here. We want to thank all our fans for tuning in, all our regular fans, everybody who's here every week. Alex, Glean, Zach, G, Distance, Nerding, over on Alex. Oh, I already said Alex. Damon Gray, people who have been with us for all 7 years, even longer in some cases. We want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and being here. Stephen Prime, it's why we had a crazy year last year, but are still here talking to you right now. Sky Patterson on Facebook. Sorry. I want to make sure I get Sky Patterson, who's been here a very long time too. Thank you guys. We had a crazy year last year, but one of the main reasons we're still here talking to you guys is our dedicated fan base who comes in and interacts with us every week, no matter the week, no matter the year, no matter the season, no matter the subject. So thank you from all of us here at Comic Book Nation, all in the game, calling it out, right? Was about to sign off. Yes, Severance 2 is really high on my list of anticipated TV shows. Yeah, I can't wait for Severance. I've been waiting so long, so it'll be good to get back into Severance. We missed stuff. It's going to be true. We couldn't
Wednesday's
get it all,
coming. There's a lot
Wednesday's
of stuff
coming back. Yeah, there's a lot. You want to get into TV alone, there's so much that we could spend time talking
Reacher
about,
season 3.
Oh, don't start. We're acting like we did a good job here. We did a good job. This is Comic Book Nation. We're getting out of here. Peace.
Deuces.